well, always on Thursdays, not only is Say Yes to Life on with Peter Range at 4 o'clock, but our own Bishop, Daniel E. Thomas, the Most Reverend Daniel E. Thomas, on with Bishop's Corner, and he picked out the highlight question of the week. So let's get into that. Bishop, let's jump right in and get a question in.
Please do. Thank you,
Randall is in Toledo and writes, Dear Bishop Thomas, I understand that the Living Christ Capital campaign was supposed to be a 5-year project. Are there any updates as to how the drive is going? When can we expect to see improvements in our cathedral?
Thank you so much, Randall. So multiple questions here. I don't know if that's allowed you. I think you have 3 questions in one question. But at one point, so thank you so much. And this is timely for us to be able to share this information. And Randall, just so you're aware, we have a monthly bulletin that goes out, actually monthly newsletter that goes out to every donor for the campaign, and that it gives updates. It shows how some of the parishes are utilizing the funds. It highlights someone. So I don't know if you yourself were a donor, but please know that any donor receives that, and they have gotten that since we started doing the pledge redemption. So just a couple things. The Living Christ campaign was supposed to be a 5-year project, you say. So, Randall, actually, the campaign itself, there were 3 years of the active campaign. So it was a 3-year window of actively campaigning through our entire diocese. Then it's a 5-year pledge fulfillment period. And, the pledge fulfillments started, sort of overlapped, because the first year of the campaign, people already made pledges, and some of them started to pay on their pledges. So just to note there, Randall, it was a 3-year campaign itself and a 5-year pledge window. So right now, in the midst of this 5-year pledge redemption period, which will conclude in 2028, Randall, to date, I've said over and over again how humbled and edified and just so profoundly grateful. We have now received over $60 million in pledge payments. And of course, what was pledged was $104 million combined with those parishes that did combined campaigns. Remember, our original goal was $60 million. So the gift of so many people being so generous and so many people attending to fulfilling their pledge is quite a testament to the goodness of our people, our pastors, our faithful. So the next thing, and you know me, go to the sources. So this was our Living Christ campaign booklet. And Randall, here's what we said in that booklet. It was restoring our mother church, and the capital campaign was for $6.25 million for restoring our mother church. That was the case statement for the cathedral. And it was $5 million for restoring the church, and then $5,250,000 for establishing a Rosary Cathedral endowment. So remember, we said there are a lot of things that have to happen because of deferred maintenance, etc. But here's, and I'll read you right from the document, Randall. First on the list, installation of an air conditioning system. That's in process. We already have work being done to get those bids out, Randall. Second, refurbishment of external steps, patios, doors, and tuck pointing. Already have bids on that, working toward it. Next, restoration of the sanctuary. Already have somebody involved in that, and we're receiving bids on that. And then restoration of the Skinner organ. That, of course, was already in process, but we wanted to make sure we could get it completed. So, Randall, appreciate your question, but remember now, in the diocese, in any parish, any pastor, to do any major capital project, the requirement of the diocese is that they have to have 60% in hand to begin it. So please understand that for any of these projects, I have to have 60% of the funding in hand of the pledge redemptions. So it's helpful to remember. And with you, Randall, I look forward with a great excitement of these things being fulfilled, and even what I've promised for years that I wanted to do, and that is the luminous mysteries of the Rosary and the narthex. So there you go. Thanks, Randall.
Wow. That and 4 other questions, I believe.
Yeah. Now, for me, as a parishioner of our home parish, the cathedral, the parish of the entire diocese, man, is it exciting to hear this. Our cathedral already so beautiful, but obviously so many good things happening through that capital campaign, everyone being so generous. Thank you, Bishop Thomas. Can't wait to see all of the results of that.